Dear student, today we are going to discuss about input statement in C++. So in C++ programming language, we are using cin. So this statement is used to input from user from keyboard, input from keyboard during program execution. During program execution. Clear? But why I have written here that during the program execution, that we understand in a program, we can take input in two ways actually. Input value in C++ program, it is possible only in two ways. Input values in C++ program. So according to that class 6 I am going to discuss. That first is that direct assign the value, okay, and second one, use input statement. Clear? Here input direct assign the value means the value to take input, to take as input is given to variable. Clear? But in that one, use the input statement, runtime, input given from user. Clear? That means it is a fixed and known value. It is unknown, but after program execution, whatever user gives, that is, but it is fixed value and known value. Fixed and known value. But it is not fixed. That user will give at runtime, that we are not knowing that which type of value user will give. That means this is unknown value that user can give at runtime. Unknown and unfixed value given by the user. So one by one we will understand, but I will discuss today cin, as I think this one direct assignment that we have discussed. Yes or no? That in a previous tutorial, that where I have taken that value, find out the rectangle of area of rectangle where length is equal to and breadth is equal to. That value is given already. Where that find the sum and addition subtraction value is given there. That means when in a programming questions that value is given already, in that situation we are assigning the value in a variable, that is known as direct assignment. But today we are going to discuss about that input statement, that means during the program execution, how can we run? That we are going to discuss today. Okay, so now we understand about that cin move. That cin statement is used to take input at a runtime. One thing is clear first. Now we are going to understand how we will use cin and how it will take that value in a variable that is defined in a program. So first thing is that we will use cin. After that, here we will use variable name, then semicolon. Okay, so when two values we need to use, that means we will flash one message here at first, that like that enter any number. What is that written? Enter any number in double quotes. We will give here cout and one message is flashed. After that we will write here cin and in that variable where you want to take the value, suppose that is taken in n type of integer value, that we will take here n. And what will be that when this line will execute, what will happen? That this is that one message for flashing on the output screen, that in a computer, that when you are using that program, you will get one message into any number. After that, you will pass the value, because computer will ask that this will execute and it will prompt. Computer cursor will wait there. So C++ program will ask that one value that will be stored in n. Okay, and when you will give that any value, so that will be stored in n in memory. If you have given 10, so 10 will assign. Like that it will work. But what will happen in this, you will understand. So when in a computer screen, that like this, suppose this is the monitor that I draw here, and here one output statement, that message will flash, that means enter any number equals to, and here cursor will blink. So this one is that cursor and this will blink continuously. So this is the cursor and this will blink continuously. That means computer is waiting, program is waiting for the input, and when you will give that, this line will execute, and suppose you have given here that 10. So after giving the 10, you will press enter key. So when you will press enter key, that this 10 will be assigned into the, so that means n will take the 10 that is given by user, and it will assign into the computer memory and it will execute further. But if we need more variables and more two values or more values, we can take input in a cascaded form of scene. This one understood, that we understand with that two variables. Okay, suppose that we have to take input two variables value, that we have to take input in two variables. So like that, suppose two variables we have taken x and y, and in both variables we need to take the value input, value of x and value of y. We will flash here the message for first, enter any two numbers. One message we have flashed. Now here scene, first value for x, second value for y. So when we are using this one, so two places we are using angle bracket and we are using continuously one after one variables. So one after one, another variables. That means in such a way when we write, this is known as cascaded form of scene. Here the first value given by the user will assign into x, and second value given by the user will assign into y. Okay, suppose enter any two numbers and you have got that message here, enter any two numbers, and you have given here two values. So enter any two numbers, you got that message here. Enter any two numbers. Suppose to 10 and space 20. So you have to give here space also, because space will be separated there. So 10 space 20 if you have given. So 10 and 20, that means it will get that 10, it will get that 20. So first value is given there 10, so 10 will assign into the first variable. Second value given there 20, so second variable will get the 20. Okay, so according to the order, that if you have given here y, here x, so first value will assign into y. So according to order of this one, you will specify there the value that will assign. Now we understand with one example. So for taking input one number, and after that we will take that multiple numbers. Okay, and we will understand. So first thing is that when we are going to take one number input, you have to write one program. So one program we are writing that question number 6, we have to input any two numbers. Okay, we have to input any two numbers and find out addition, subtraction multiplication and division okay, that means you have to find out. So now we understand with this question that what we have to do in a program. At first we understand the question, then we understand the steps or concept, how we will solve this, what steps we have to follow. After understanding these all, then we will change our thoughts, then our concepts in the term of language, that in C++. Okay. So first thing is that we have to input two numbers. So two numbers means, so two numbers, when you will take that one number n, one number m, one number n1, second number n2. So if you will take n1, n2, you have to, without space, you have to write that n1 and n2. So two variables we have taken. Okay, we will take, find out addition. That means addition of n1 and n2. That means for storing that addition, we need another variable also. Suppose we have taken add. So for addition, we take another variable. For subtraction, we need also that another variable for subtraction. For multiplication also we need. So okay, multiplication. And for division also we need one division. Now you tell me one thing. This is clear that two numbers we need to input. That means two numbers we need to input, two variable we need to hold the value, to store the value, to take the value. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, these all results we need to store in variable, because result n1 plus n2 we will do. But where we will keep and we will use? So we will keep in add. So subtraction, for subtraction, that SUB, multiplication, MUL, that we will use that. That means addition, how can we find that? We know that n1 plus n2, this is that statement. But here, this result of n1 and n2, we will store in add. So we have taken one variable, addition, add. So another variable is that subtraction. For subtraction, n1 minus n2. Like that same multiplication, n1 multiply n2. Like that same division is equal to n1 slash n2. So in such a way we will do the calculation, and after that lastly we will display these all results with the message. Yes or no? This is the concept. Now we write that program. Okay. For writing the program, what we will do? So first we will write hash include, as I think I have discussed this one, iostream.h. Second line we will write hash include conio.h. After that we will write here void main. And here inside the body, how many variables we need to store, that we will take here all integer type value, that means whole number. So we will take integer. So n1, if we take n1 here in capital, no problem, or we can write in small also, but both are different. So if you will use here small, you have to use all the places small n1. If you will use here small, then if you will use here capital, you have to use capital there. Add, subtraction, multiplication and division. After that, one method we are using CLR SCR, that is for clear the screen. CLR SCR for clearing the screen. Now here we will flash the message cout enter any two numbers, So one message we have flashed. After that we will take input cin, and we will take n1 first, then n2. Using this statement we have taken that two numbers. That means logically we can understand that we got n1 and we got n2. Okay. And here if user given that value 10, 20 and 30 or 10 or 20, whatever, that's if you have given n1 value is that 25, n2 value is that 4. Okay. So what will be that difference? Okay, we understand that all the results. if suppose I am saying that if user will give 25 or n2 will give, n2 is given 4, then what will be the result? Here we will write that addition, add is equal to n1 plus n2. Here we will write subtraction, n1 minus n2. Here we will write multiplication, n1 multiply n2. Okay, and if we write here division, n1 slash n2. Okay, after that we will display the result. So for displaying the result, I write here that for separating this one at first. Now we write that after this continue, I am writing here. So what we will flash the message, Cout addition is equal to, we display here that result, that is in variable add, and at the end we can use indel also for changing the line. After that, second result is that is subtraction. We will give here the message subtraction, we write is equal to, after that what is the variable name, sub, and then we are writing again for changing the line indel. Like the same we are writing for that multiplication, Cout, I write here multiplication. After that we write mul, and then we are changing also again once more indel. Now the last one that we will write Cout, that will be division is equal to, we write here div, and last one if we don't write indel, no problem, it is okay. Now we write here that one, that getch. We have discussed in previous tutorial what is the purpose of getch at the end. So it prompts that some input hidden character, and in such a way that our output will be displayed on the screen till that user is not giving any character, you are not pressing any character. So we will see that output on the screen, so that's why it is given. Now overall understood that. Now we explain that suppose this line is written for input, this is for input, and this is for calculation, this is for calculation, yes or no, and this is for displaying result, this is for displaying result, output. So in a program, basically I have discussed in a first introduction classes that in a program basically 3 steps are there, that you will take input, you will do calculation, and you will display your output will be there. So in such a way we write the program. This one understood, section number question. Now we understand with the value. Suppose here that I erase this, we write here, suppose n1 somebody given that is 25, n2 somebody given that is 4. Now which variable we need here, that is add, that is subtraction, that is multiplication, and that is division. So what will be the result we understand. Here n1 plus n2 is assigned into the add. So here that will be 29. Addition 25 plus 4. Now subtraction, that will be here, that n1 minus n2, that will 25 minus 4, that will be 21. Multiplication 25 into 4, that means multiplication will be 100. And division, that means 25 divided by 4, so 4 6 are 24. So that means 6 will be their answer. Okay. Quotient it will give. So this slash is giving quotient. Once again you remember, this slash is giving quotient and this is giving remainder. So when you need remainder, we will use percentage. But when division is that, we are using as a result quotient we are taking. So quotient slash we use. Okay. Thank you. Now we move to question number 7. So question number 7 is that we have to input a radius of circle, okay, and find out area and perimeter. Area and perimeter. Okay, so we have to understand first what is that. So we have to understand that one circle is here. So in this circle, suppose this is that radius r. So we have to find out area and perimeter. So how can we find that area and perimeter? That we understand. What is the formula of that finding that area of a circle? Yes, area of circle is equal to pi r square. The pi, what is that pi? Pi we can say 22/7. That means we can say, or we can say 3.1462. Okay, fractional value. So this one. And r, that is radius, that r into r square means r into r. So we will find out that area. And perimeter, so perimeter is equal to, so in short we write peri, 2 pi r, 2 into pi into r. So we can calculate easily now. So we need to input radius. So input radius, that means we need one radius r variable. Which type of variable? Because fractional may be that we will take float type value, not that into type. Into type when we take that we need whole value, that means whole number when we need then. But here the fractional value we need, that's why for the fractional value that we will use point value, that we will use float. Okay, so now r is that, and another is that area, ar we will take, another is that pr, perimeter we take. The three variables we need of float type. And then how we have to write the program, that we understand. Okay. So I hope so that everybody knowing that we have to write the program from the hash include. Can we write that? You all write that from the hash include 2 lines, that one. But I start to write from main. Now here that we need float type variables. R is that, area AR is that, perimeter PR is that. Okay, now CLR, SCR. Here we have to input that radius at runtime, so we need to flash one message and we have to take input Cout enter radius of circle. Enter radius of circle. That after flashing that message, we will use here Cin. That means we are taking that input radius and this one. So flashing the message, after that we are displaying the message, and after that we are taking the radius. Now we have to find out that area. So what is that formula of that finding that area? So for finding the circle of the area, we write pi r square. So pi, that means 3.1462 into r square, that means r into r, that is given by user. And perimeter, so perimeter is equal to, so what we have, 2 pi r, so 2 into 3.1462 into r. So this is the calculation. In a programming term, we are writing that calculation in such a way, and now we display that result. Cout, what we will take? We will take here that area, message we will take area of circle. Area of circle is equal to AR. After that we will flash one the message here for indel changing the line. Now second one, Cout perimeter of circle is equal to PR. Now last statement, that is get ch, and after that closing the main. Okay, so in such a way you see here that in a program, according to program, so we have decided first which variables we need. We need area, perimeter and radius. So these three variables we need. That means for radius one variable r, this one. So another is that area, and another is that perimeter. So three variables we have declared we need to use in program. Next is that we have to input that radius. That's why we need to flash one message, and after flashing that displaying the message, we can take input. This is for input. Okay. Now find out area. Find out area means and perimeter means calculating the area and perimeter. So here we are calculating area and perimeter. What is this purpose? That is purpose is that input radius, and here input calculating area and perimeter. Okay, and this section is for displaying the result. This section is for displaying the result. Display result. Understood that for what purpose that we have written. So here this is that we are declaring that variable. So for what purpose variable we need, how many variable we need according to the question. So in this way, when you will understand the programming concept in a very easiest way, part by part, that's we have to input, we have to calculate, we have to display, how we have, in this way if you will understand that, it's a very easiest way and programming is very easy, you will feel surely. Okay, so now we move for the next question. We go for that question number 8. That question number 8 is wrap to input to integer value of C and D. Okay, then interchange. What is that? Interchange or swap. Okay, interchange or swap its value and display. We understand the first question. What is that? Two integer value of C and D. C and D, that is name is given. That means variable name is given there. So we will take that one C and we will take one D. So both we will take of integer type. So that is given that two integer value. Okay, integer type C and D we have taken. Now if somebody taken that C value is that 5 and D value is that 7. After that question is saying then interchange. Interchange means change the value. Interchange or swap its value. So swapping means its value will come here and its value will come here. C value will go into D and D value goes into C. So that means interchanging or swapping. So we can say that, so 5 will go into the 7 and this will come into the this. So interchanging this, and after interchanging the resultant value will become like this. C will have the 7 and D will have the 5. So after changing. So here this is previous one before interchanging and this is after swapping. After swapping or after interchanging. Okay, after interchanged. So that means we have to change the value. One thing is that we understand this one. Suppose I have written int C, okay, and D, okay, and C value is that suppose given there 5 and D value is that given 7. When we will change that, suppose first is that we are doing the D value we want to put in C. So when we will write C is equal to D, so it will assign into, but it will overlap. That means C will not have that 5, that C will have 7. So it both will become 7, 7. So in this situation we cannot interchange the value. So for interchanging the value we need third variable. Now we understand how we have to interchange, that we understand. Okay. That after interchanging that we will write that, after understanding we will write that program. So now we go for this. Suppose that we have C and D. It was having 5. It was having 7. Okay. Now, so we take another variable, that is temporary variable temp. So for temporary, for helping only in swapping, we are using, that's why it is known as temporary. So third variable, that is not given in a question, but we need in a program to do that swapping, that's why we have taken. Now that C, we will do that C value, we will keep in temporary, so in reserve, that C value is keeping that. That means first step is this. So 5 we will keep in temp, so 5 is here. Second is that now 5 we have kept, so if C value we have kept in reserve, so now we assign that D value into C. This is second step. So now C will change and C will have 7. So now C value will become 7. So it will be 7. Okay. And in reserved we are having that in temp C value, that C value will assign into D. This is the third step. So in such a way 5 will assign into D, so it will change and it will keep 5. So D will change and D will have 5. After processing this way, that you see what is that final or last value of C and D. So it is changed. Yes or no? That means with the help of one another variable, so we are changing, we are swapping. So we understand? We understand that how to write this. Okay, how to write this. So what is written here? That first is that, second is that, so first is that. So we understand this one. Okay, first C value assigning into temp. That means temp will contain the C value. This is the first. Okay, this is first one. Second is that D value is assigned into C. So C will contain the D. This is second one. Okay. After that, temp value assigning into D. That means D will get temp value. This is third one. Okay. That means after following these three steps, we will have the value of C and D here, that C and here D, that is interchanged. Interchanged. And before this, if we have C and D, this is another previous one, given one. That is, this is 5, this is 7. But after doing this, we will have here 7, here 5. So this is the actual concept. Understood? Now we write that program. And I hope that it's understandable, that you can understand easily. Now we write that program and we understand how to write that program with using another extra variable. Hash include iostream.h, you can write that we start writing from void main. We need two variables. We will write here integer type of C and D and one another variable temp. Here CLR share, that for clearing the screen. Now we flash where the message cout enter value of C and D. Value of C and D. After that C in, C, D. Now we will process these all three steps here, and we will write here the first is that temp is equal to C, C is equal to D, and D is equal to temp. After that we will display that final result. That means here we will write cout now value of C is equal to cout value of D is equal to and here program over. So in such a way we can understand easily. This is after swapping, we are displaying that output. This is for calculation and for swapping, interchanging, and this is for input process. Okay, so this is for input the value C and D. This is for swapping or interchanging the value, same, that is we got that by calculating, and this is for displaying that final result of C and D. Okay, now my dear student, we can move for that question number 9. We have to input to integer value of C and D. Clear? Then interchange the value and display. You are surprised that this is the previous question, but here some changes without using any third variable. Okay, so in previous question of that swapping, that C and D, we were using that one extra variable, that is temp. But here we are saying that without extra variable we need to do. And one more thing, that this is only possible with the integer type of value. So without third variable, how can we do that? We understand. So actually this is that concept of that one, mathematics. So if we have C and D, the two value we have, now we understand. Without using third variable we need to do, that's why we are saying that this is 2 and this is 3. Okay, so addition of these two, what will be the result? So addition of both, so when you will add these both, so this addition, that means sum, what will be that? That will be 2 plus 3, 5. Okay, now if we had addition, if we have addition, in addition can we subtract 3, that means D? If in addition we subtract D, what we will get? 2. In addition, if we subtract 2, we get 3. So when we are subtracting this C, we are assigning in C. So when you subtract, that's you think that sum is there 5, in 5 we subtract 2. So what we are getting the result? 3. That result we can assign again in C. If we assign in C, so it will be overwrite and it will be like this. Yes or no? In such a way you understand that sum, when you are subtracting the D value 3. So in sum, when we subtract that 3, so that is 5, this is 3. When we subtract, we will get the result 2. So can we assign 2 in D? That will be. And in such a way you think, you feel. So what happened? So C value is now 3 and D value is now 2. Understood? But question is that you will say, sir, sum is here added. So third variable, you are storing that sum of this. No, we are not going to store, and we are not going to store in another third variable. We are using that like that C plus D. This is C plus D. Yes or no? So C plus D one time. So you think like this. So now this is C plus D, processing that, and we are storing that like this. Now understand. This is 2, this is 3 previously. C plus D, what will be the result? 5. So we keep in that, no problem. This is now having 5. 2 is not here. But one thing is clear, that we are having that sum. And now in this sum, when you will subtract this 3, so what you will get? 2. Yes or no? When in this sum, that is 5, in 5 you will subtract this value of D, you will get 2, and that 2 you need to assign in D. So you subtract that, C minus D. So 5 minus 3, result will be 2. So that 2 we need to store in D. So we assign in D. In such a way that C minus D, so we'll assign into D, that means here D value is 3. But after assigning, result will assign, that will become 2. Now D is not having 3, D is having 2. So again you think about that. So when we are having the sum 5, addition 5, and you are going to subtract, what will be the value? 5 minus 2 minus D, that was 2. 5 minus 2, what will be the result? Result will become 3, that we need in C. That we need in C. So we store in C. So that means C, that is 5. We subtract D, that is now 2. This is now 2. So we subtract D, and that after subtracting this 2, we will get 3. That 3 we need in C. So we store in C. In such a way that you will get subtraction. And we have not used anywhere that any another variable. Yes or no? So C minus D, that means 5 minus 2, that will become 3. So now it will become 3. So storing in C. So you see, initially C is having 2. That is cancelled, then 5 cancelled, then 3. So in such a way we get that swapped value. Any confusion? If any doubt, you write, comment, and I will explain in a very easiest way in another way. Now first is that without using any third variable, how we will write the program. That we understand now how to write program. So from that hash include iostream.hash audio.h, you have to write, I start writing from void main. What do we need? We need here 2 integer variable C and D. CLR Asia. For taking the input of 2 integer value, we will flash here the message. Cout enter okay, we have taken input in such a way, and after that we will do. So we can change now. So we can write that swapping code. That what we will write here, that C plus D we will assign into at first C. So C is equal to C plus D. After that we will subtract that C minus D, that we will assign into D. And another thing is that again we will write like this. After that we will get that changed value, that is swapped value. We will flash here the message, and we will display here the interchanged value, that is changed one value. So changed value we will write, and in this way you will display that value of C and D. Okay, so we will write here value of C. So in 2 lines we can write C is equal to C, and here inner. Another statement also we can write that value of D is equal to D semicolon, and then at last get CH. In such a way that program is completed. So understood that without using the third variable we can do that calculation in such a way. Swapping without third variable. Okay, so it's a very easy concept that we have understood. Now this we have used here, that you see that operator addition and subtraction. That means the same thing we can do, we have done with addition and subtraction. So in same things we can do with that multiplication and division. So you see here that addition and subtraction we will use, and multiplication and division we will use. So in addition we are just combining the number, and here also in multiply we will do the same, and divide we will get extract that one number with that another one. Okay, that means we understand that 2 plus 3, that is 5. And in a 5, when we subtract 3, in a 5, when we subtract 3, we get 2. In a 5, when we subtract 2, we get 3. Like the same thing here, 2 into 3. So 2 into 3, which will be 6. When 6 you will divide by 2, you will get 3. When 6 you will divide by 3, you will get 2. That you see. Like the same concept, same way we will use for that multiplication and division also. Okay. If you need, you write that comment and I will make a video tutorial on that also. Okay. Now can we move for the next question? So next question, question number 10. So question number 10. So what is that? That we have to input marks of 5 different subjects, 5 different subjects, and find out total obtained marks and percentage marks also, and percentage marks. Okay, so we understand first the question and concept of this, how we can solve and what we need in a program as element, and after that we will go to the programming section. What is that question? We have to input marks of 5 different subjects. One thing is that input marks of 5 different subjects, that means 5 different subjects marks. If we need to store, that means 5 different variable we need. 5 different subject marks we need to store, that means 5 different variable we need for the marks only. And total obtained marks also one thing we have to calculate, and that percentage marks. That means total obtained marks we need also, and that percentage marks also we need. How many total variable we need? So 5 for subject marks, 1 for obtained marks, and second for percentage marks. One thing is clear, that when 5 different subject marks we will take, that will be whole number integer value. So subject wise we are giving that marks as a roundup and we are giving that. That means there is no chance of that subject marks fractional value. If anybody obtained in physics, suppose that 45.5, that will be 46, that we are considering. So that means overall roundup marks will be there. So total obtained mark, that means sum of total marks, will be the same integer whole number. But percentage may be that fractional, maybe that in point. So this variable we need to take in a float type, that means float we will use. Here we will use int for all. That means what is that? Int we need how many variable subject marks? So if you take subject as sub 1, 2, 3, if you take marks, that somebody will take as 1, as 2, that means subject 1, subject 2, subject 3, subject 4, subject 5. But maybe that some student having that concept in mind, that okay, marks we are taking input, we will take marks. So M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. Okay, so any ways that you can take variables. Suppose somebody written ABCD, no problem. But my suggestion is that when you are taking that variable name, that you take the variable name effective, that related to that purpose, related to the use. So here we take that, suppose M1 marks 1, M2 marks 2, M3 marks 3, M4 marks 4, or M5 marks 5 we have taken. Now we need total obtained marks, TOM, or total we can write also. That will be the total you write. So total we need, and percentage marks, PM we can type, or PER we can type, PERM, percentage marks. So if we take that percentage PER, that is also percent also we can take. So we take here. Now, so these all of integer type, but this will be of float type. So we will write float PER. Now suppose user given here the value 10, 20, 20 will not be here. Suppose that this is 70 and this is 60, 40, this is 85, this is 35. So in such a way that total marks will be that addition of all. That means this one when you will add, that will be total marks. But percentage how you will get? Percentage we are getting that by dividing that total obtained marks when you will get that this one. So in 500, so you will divide with 500, that means total you will divide by 500 into with percentage, that means 100. So this means that you will get percentage marks. Okay, this is general concept that for getting the percentage. So in such a way we will do. Okay, we understand how to write the program. Now we go for programming. We write program. So hash include iostream.i as usual. You can write that we will start writing from the void main. How many variables we need? We need m1, m2, m3, m4, m5 and total. Float type, one value. What is that? PR, percentage. Now clear screen, CLR, SCR. We need to take input m1 to m5. We will flash one message here. So in one message we will write all enter 5 subject marks. 5 subject marks. And all together we will take input like Cin, m1, m2, all 5, m3, m4, m5. After that, after taking that input, we need to find that total. So total means total is equal to m1 plus, m2 plus, m3 plus, no space between that variable name and numeric value. That means this is complete, that without space you have to write m4, m5. Okay, so after that if you will give your bracket, no problem. If you will not give, that is also after adding this for complete result will assign into total. So now percentage. So percentage is equal to what you will do. Yes. Suppose somebody obtained, that is total marks is 500 and in 500 they got 365. Okay, percentage marks we have to write in 365 by 500. That means in 100, 365 by 500 into 100. Okay, so we will write that one. Okay, understood that? Yes, I have done this one. I have written earlier also. So what you will write here? So you will write here total by 500 into 100. Now one more thing is here, that if somebody write here bracket, that is okay. It will be better for you. But if you will not write bracket, in the case of addition and multiplication, division and multiplication, then it's okay. Because which one will come from the left side first? That will evaluate. That means division is coming first, so division will work first. After that, multiplication. But if you will give the bracket, that is more precise and more accurate according to you for understanding the logic. Now we display here that Cout, total obtained marks and percentage marks. So total obtained marks is equal to total, and after that at the end L. Now one more message that for displaying that, what is that? Percentage marks. Percentage marks is equal to PR. Now last one that we are writing, get ch. Okay, in such a way. Now you do here that you part by part you can understand. This one is for input, this one is for finding that total and percentage, and this is for displaying that result. This is for displaying that result. So in such a way, and one variable we have taken here for float type. Okay, so thank you. My dear students, you can get help, and easiest way you can understand the program, you can understand the coding. I am dedicated to help you in a coding. Any students of any school, around the world, anyone, if you want to understand that basic concepts of programming and coding, that I am very dedicated to do this. So if you want, so you like, share and subscribe my channel, and you comment me which type of help you need from my side, that I will do.